Welcome back to the Precision Trader. Sorry I haven't made a video in quite some time. Just been very busy in the server. With that said, just wanted to bring back some videos. Try to get back into the habit of posting these because one's really appreciated. And with that said, I was just wanting to share in this particular video. I was wanting to share how to take advantage of earnings, how to play earning. Some of the safest, in my opinion, the safest and most powerful way to play earnings is, well, to use the most powerful indicator that exists in the market, which is an order book. And in this case, the top of the line, the Lamborghini, the Rolls Royce of order books, being BOOKMAP. Now, with BOOKMAP, it's very simple. These orange lines here help you to see where the vast majority of the buyers and sellers are all lined up together. Now, understanding where the vast majority of people want to buy and sell is extremely valuable, because you know that the market is going to gravitate. The market always wants to gravitate towards a lot of liquidity. Okay, in this case, where you see the orange and the red, orange and red bands. Okay, so it's always going to want to make its way to that area, and when it gets to that area, it's not going to hang around it. You're going to have, your pumps and your dumps. So, with that said, the strategy that I love the most for earnings is wait for the announcement. You are playing the announcement. Now, for most people, they say, oh man, that's just extremely risky there. Well, the thing with ours is, and I agree, vast majority of people playing earnings are, risky business. But this strategy, what you're doing is you are waiting for that announcement to come. So for Netflix, we're using Netflix here. Had an earnings yesterday. It started the pre-market somewhere around 195, somewhere in that area, 195 to 200. Now, what you do is you just patiently wait. And the idea is you want to see this thing give a nice spike, nice hard spike. And where are you looking for it to spike to? You're looking for a quick spike to a lot of liquidity. Again, what do we qualify as a lot of liquidity? Something that we can see on the $5 increments. Over here, you can adjust the increments all the way down to 20 cents if you want. Okay, we're on the $5 increments, and normally like to be in the middle of the $5 increment. So with that said, Netflix blast up straight to this large level of liquidity, which was sitting at 225. Now, this is where you want to take advantage of it, because we know the vast majority of the time when there's major liquidity to the upside, $5 liquidity to the upside, we're going to get easy pullback money. When everybody's wanting to take profit here, well, we're shorting and we're making profit as well. So we're taking advantage of where people want to take profit. Very simple, extremely fast, highest probability money in the stock market, in my opinion, this strategy overall. Now, I'm just showing you in regards to earnings, but it works. Yeah, we do it day after day, and I'll show you the server here in a second just to help you see, for example, today, in action today. So with that said, Netflix pops up to this major liquidity here, 225, and proceeds to dump all the way back down. So with that said, that's it. That's your play. Now, if Netflix would have came back up here and it would have absorbed all this liquidity, we see it did push back up, dumped down several times, and then came back up to all this major liquidity here at 220. And eventually, what did it do? It dumped off of it again. Yep, dumped off of it again. Yep, came all the way down, all the way back down to around 214. Here, let me get back on we zoom in on our increments, get us on the dollar increments. Gives us a little bit more detail, but again, for earnings, we don't want all this detail. For earnings, we just want to see the big stuff. We don't want to get caught up in $1 liquidity and 50-cent liquidity. Now, after the initial burst up and down, if you want to mess around with that, that's fine. If somebody wanted to come back in here and re-entered at 219, 220 liquidity, I can't blame you. Just make sure you can see it on the $1 increment. But with that said, by far the best money and the quickest money is going to come, like I said, on that initial push, that major liquidity, which in this case was the 225 liquidity. And sure enough, we got a really nice, what was that, $13 dump. Yeah, $13 dump immediately off of that 225 liquidity. So with that said, use this earnings this earning strategy. Extremely powerful. It is my favorite by far. I do have another one, but it's more of a swing trading style earnings approach. Extremely effective as well, but not anywhere close to as fast of a return as you're going to get this. I mean, this was from this top here, you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, 3-4 minutes, and you're so now again, did I recommend keeping it all the way down here? No. When I sent the pictures out, it was around 215. So again, it had dumped around $10 for this one. So again, I definitely don't want you to be getting greedy with this strategy. Now again, if you wanted to take $5 dump, you take a quarter or half off, you get close to that $10 dump, you take another quarter to half off, and if you want to keep a very small portion, for $215 for the dump, because there was still substantial liquidity back at 210 for it to dump back to. So with that said, would definitely encourage you to take advantage of this strategy, and of course you can use the order book during all parts of the market during the day. It gives you all the liquidity throughout the day. So with that said, extremely valuable tool. And also too, let me I'll share my screen here and show you some of how we took advantage of that in the market today. Prime example here, we got into a Generac play, lots of liquidity, 249 to 251 in this area right here. Of course, 250 was the major level, so the goal is always to get as close as we can to that monster liquidity. 250 in that case. With that said, we got a nice dump off of it back to the 248s. Definitely want to be taking some off there. And then here's screenshots with a runner portion that I had left on it. So see, we had some more take profit at 248 and another take profit at 246. Take the rest in the 250. 246 is not 256s. So that was Generac. Also too, we played Netflix at 216. Netflix short at 216. Normally we would always play at 215. That's where the major liquidity was, but the way that the market's really been pushing, just really volatile. I mean, we were trying to catch an even higher percentage move, which was to let it hit the major liquidity, give us a nice little quick bounce through, and then give us our dump off that. Which, with that said, it did eventually do that while sending out the message. It had already popped to 216 right here, and or just a few minutes after I sent out the message, popped to 216 really quick, and then popped back to the 214. So took advantage of that. Also to Apple, sent out a play for Apple short at around 154. And with that said, we got our dump on Apple big time around that 154 area. So anyway, so that was some plays in that strategy. We also have a SPY ES channel that we play on as well. For example here, we played SPY 396. Got a nice, very nice pullback on that. So anyway, with that said, if any of the strategy or what we have to offer is anything that interests you, feel free to come check out the server. I open these. It is a subscription, but with that said, I do open these play channels, these 2 play channels after hours. So for anybody that wants to come in and just look at the strategy, see exactly how we're going about things and learn that way, hey, more power to you. So with that said, thank you for watching the video and hope you have a great rest of your day.